Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Jayashree. I'm from Siliguri originally. I've been flying for 11 years, 3.5 years with domestic airlines back in India, and 7.5 years with international airline. Through my video, I really hope to inspire future cabin crew and flight attendants. Today, I thought I would share with you the rejections that I had to face before I finally launched my career in the aviation industry. Um, so the first time I applied for an airline, I was 18. I mean, I literally started applying from airline a little before I turned 18, but I mean, surprise, surprise, I got rejected because I wasn't even 18. But yeah, I started applying for airlines from the time I turned 18. My first airline was that I applied was Jet Airways, where they turned me down because I was a little bit like I was like I think 2 months short of 18. And after that, I applied for Indigo airline, which and which they rejected me first for my scar. So I have a scar on my left eye. It's a very fine scar right now because I did a surgery to make it go, but it's still there. So it was a pretty big scar when I actually went for the interview, but it was a stitch mark. So just to let you guys know, if you have a scar on your face while you apply for international airline, it's not a major problem. If you can hide it with makeup, it's absolutely fine. For domestic airlines also, I think it's fine. I guess I was having a bad day probably, but it's not a huge deal. Don't think just because you have a scar you cannot be a cabin crew. Okay, so anyway, so that day the HR told me that just everything is fine, you just have to, if you can get rid of the scar, we will hire you. So my parents have been very supportive from the beginning, so they were like, okay, we will get a surgery done. Now, I don't come from a extremely well-off family financially, but because my parents were supportive, they managed somehow to get me through a cosmetic surgery, which was for the time duration and for the size of the scar, it was pretty expensive. But we still did it because we all had the hope that, okay, if this scar is the only reason that I was getting rejected, then let's try to clear it off. So I did the surgery and I went back. I got in touch with the HR who told me this, and he told me, okay, Jayashree, you can come back for the interview to Delhi. So I flew from Kolkata to Delhi, but I mean, I was from Siliguri, so I had to take a train from Siliguri to Calcutta. Overnight train, 12 hours. And then from there I took the flight. So once I went for that interview, they gave me a different reason. They told me that my weight is not according to my height. So I was like, okay, at least it's not the scar this time. So they assured me that once my height and weight is proper, they will take me back. So I come back to Siliguri and I eat, banana and the rice flakes. So in Hindi, it's called chira. In Bengali also, it's called chira. So you basically mix it with mashed banana and milk, and you eat it. It's very good for your appetite, and it helped me increase some weight. Banana actually helps you, but it's like it doesn't helps you put on like permanent weight, but it's helpful to immediately it gives you some sort of energy and stamina, which I think shows in your weight. I don't know but my mom literally fed me like that banana and the rice flakes every day, morning and evening, before my other meals. So they were very they were as dedicated as I was to be a cabin crew. So anyway, 3 months down the line, I gained my desired weight and I wrote back to the HR. I was not giving up. So then they told, okay, Jayashree, come back. So again, same situation. I took the train to Calcutta and then from Calcutta to Delhi, because that time Indigo didn't have a flight directly from Bagdogra, which was my hometown's airport. So anyway, I go and then everything is fine, no scar problem, no weight problem, and then they still reject me. And this time they tell me that my communication skills. So I was like, huh? Yeah, I was puzzled, like seriously, like all these three different times I came for the interview, and you never even once gave me this reason, and now you're telling me communication skills. I don't know what was wrong. I think that time, my time was not right, or that they just didn't want to take. I don't know what they were looking for, like ultra pretty girls or what. I did not know, but actually those like 2008 and 2009, the times that I was actually sitting for interviews, those times it was a very kind of, I would say, stigmatized. They like airlines was they were very picky in the kind of people they were choosing. They didn't look for anything more than if you were pretty. Like pretty means in Indian standards, like I'll tell you, if you're fair and if you're slim and you have a pretty face, and that's it. As long as you look like a wallflower, they selected you. That was the hard truth that time. So unfortunately I wasn't up to the standards of wallflower, and I was getting rejected again and again, so it was disheartening. Then I applied for SpiceJet. They rejected me. I don't know why. I don't remember what was the reason. Then I applied for SpiceJet ground staff, and I got rejected, like seriously. Then then I applied for Kingfisher was still alive at that point of time, and well, the Kingfisher interview was very intimidating, because I'm sure, at least I'm sure, if you're from India, you know how big deal it was at that time during 2007, 2008, 9, 10, before Kingfisher like died off. Basically it was a big deal. Kingfisher Airline, they were the highest paying airline at that point of time, and it was known that all their crew, they were tall and they were pretty and they were like supermodels. Quite frankly, when I started flying with some of the ex-Kingfisher airline crew, truth could not be further from that. But anyway, it was intimidating, like in India, if I'm sure in other countries as well, when you go for an airline interview, you see like this tall women, men, gorgeous looking, and they're so well groomed, and you're like, what the hell am I doing here? You don't stand a chance. So that kind of intimidation was always there, and it was very, very high in the Kingfisher interview. Nevertheless, I went, and so I wanted to keep my hair open, because that time Kingfisher Airline, they let their crew keep their hair open. So I wanted to keep my hair open for the interview, and it was not like keratin straight hair, so my hair was like this, it's neither straight nor wavy, so it's somewhere in the middle, it looks like not done up. So, and I was too poor to have a straightening iron, so I actually carried the iron, with which you iron your clothes. With that, and I had one of my friend also come with me that time. We both ironed each other's hair before the interview. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we did that, and after all that effort, my gosh, we got ready in a hotel room. My dad accompanied us. We went to Calcutta for the interview. We took the train and everything, all that stuff, and we got ready after doing our hair like that with the iron and everything. Then we got ready with makeup. We took the bus in that heat, we were sweating, and it was like lower middle class families, we didn't have the luxury of traveling in a car to your interview venue and all that. So anyway, so yeah, we went to the interview venue, and then I saw all these people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? So it was intimidating, and yeah, surprise, I got rejected. But yeah, so then what other airline was there? I think pretty much we covered all the airline that were relevant at those years, during those years. So eventually, I think from 2008, the year I turned 18, till 2010, I got rejected quite a number of times. Basically, wherever I applied, I was getting rejected. 2011, I finally got my first break with Go First. They were very kind enough to accept me as I was, not fair and not super slim trim and not super pretty face. I am pretty. I know that, but you get my point, right? So sometimes you have to tell yourself that it's not me, it's them. Like it's not my problem, it's their problem. I'm too good for them. So I eventually started saying these things to me, but they really help. Like if you're going through a phase in your life where things are just not happening for you, and you're like, what is wrong with me? Trust me, nothing is wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. It's them, it's not you. So do not give up. keep doing it, keep putting your efforts, keep going, following your dreams. So if I gave up after 1 or 2 interviews, I would not have an 11-year long career which is still going on. And I hope to be in this aviation field for as long as I could be. I mean, this is the only thing which now at this point of time I think I know and I'm very good at. So and I'm happy to be in this industry. I feel that I'm made for this industry. So yeah, if I would have gave up after the first round in interview or in Jet or Kingfisher, then that's it, finish. I wouldn't be where I am right now, and I'm very happy to be where I am right now. So do not give up, do not give up. Keep pushing yourself, but have fun, because life is about dancing in the rain. I have learned it very late in my life, but thankfully I have, and this very small words of wisdom, take it. Go for interviews, and if you get rejected, not a big deal, just laugh it off, come out, go with drinks with your friends, and dance it out. I'm a very bad dancer, but if you dance, then you can sweat it out, or go for a swim, or just go for chai and let it out, or listen to some good music with very loud sound volume in your room. I mean, do things whatever helps you, but point is don't give up, be in the game. To win the game, you have to be in the game. If you just quit it, then forget about everything else. It's just gone for a waste. So that's about it. That was my journey in the past 11 years of flying, and then before that almost 3-4 years of sitting for interviews where I was failing constantly. So guys, you can follow me in Facebook and Instagram in the same name of Cabin Crew Corner. Don't hesitate to get in touch with me directly through messages in Instagram or Facebook. I am a little bit of a cave person when it comes to responding. Not responding, when it comes to handling the social media. I'm still getting hang of it, but I promise you I will get back to you as soon as I see it, as soon as I figure things out. All right, lots of love to you all, and see you again with some videos. Bye bye.